And now, I wanna ride or die. La 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 la. I've just realized that I've outlived Pac and Biggie Smalls.
Wow.
You see, Big died when he was 24.
Wow.
Pac died a year older than him. And it just hit me. I shaped my whole worldview. Got my swag from my Brooklyn and Cali dads. I saw them as men far beyond their years, when in reality, they were the age of college students. And now, as a 28-year-old professor facing the faces of notorious black men inspired by a thug life, I wonder what I could teach them to keep them alive. You see, it's hard to inspire a young mind when they've already mastered the 10 crack commandments. But I can't act like I don't think I'm the man when a woman calls me Big Papa or decal. I truly don't believe that revenge is truly the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. That I'd rather hate you than love my woman.
And ask any OG. You can't do both at the same time because hate requires all of you.
And love requires all of you. Which probably explains why the hood is better at killing and keeping the family together.
But it's not like hip-hop, Big and Pac were bad influences. I already was a bad influence. Pac and Big just gave me permission to be who I am.
See, I was raised in hood living, where we were abandoned by our fathers and forget contemporary thought. That really means something. To know that the one person that looks just like you don't want to look at you, so you look back not liking you in the mirror because your father already taught you how to hate inflections. This is why as young brothers, we fall in love with any image that is not our own. This is why Big and Pac became my dads, why me and my boys were all we had.
How we would fist fight each other over whose lyrics we thought were better.
We were family. And so I understand why money, clothes, and hoes occupies the mind more than Malcolm's critique on white supremacy, but now I've outlived it. I've outlived the only man able to give me advice through the push of a button. And like any good father, you want your sons to surpass you. And now I look into a classroom with men just as old as my dad was, with hearts just as big as my dad was, and look back at me like,
Teacher, shut the hell up, man. You don't know nothing about the life I have to live. I'm only sitting in your classroom because my mama made me. And if you knew anything about my life, you would know that mamas
are the closest thing to a Jesus that God will ever send us.
So fuck your homework, fuck your school, fuck this class, and fuck your rules.
Man, you know nothing about the life I have to live once I leave this classroom. But young brother, I do. I have suicidal thoughts like you. Slaying crack rocks so folks can take a wicked jump shot in their arms like you.
Come on.
Big was my papa, too.
Huh.
I love it when they call me Big Papa.
Throw your hands in the air.
You the true player.
You know, in my 31 years of living,
In my 36 years of living,
there have been two birds that have always scared us. The bald eagle,
And the crow.
the one that soars with the American flag on its wings.
And the one that goes by the first name Jim.
Enter Jim Crow.
Come
Well, these are
on.
the facts on
Come
Jim
on.
Crow's facts.
Having us to believe blacks the inferior race, the disgrace.
To know it was all a comedic show. Thomas Dartmouth, what a foul mouth. Singing and dancing.
Jump Jim Crow.
If blacks should be free, I guess they'd see some bigger. Ah, consider it a bold stroke for a nigger.
How the fuck do you figure?
When freedom isn't what's at stake.
It was never something whites owned for blacks to take.
Enter the bald eagle.
A beautiful bird looked at by most Native Americans as a spiritual messenger between gods and humans. Guess they didn't see the smoke signals nor pick up on the sign language, because the same people they let into this country are the same ones that kicked them off. Promises became fake and chose to renege. Therefore, the eagle took on a new transformation as an opportunistic feeder that'll swoop down and snatch up what it feels belongs to them. Now, some say freedom is free, but I tend to disagree.
Supreme Court still undermines 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. Those constitutional protections. You remember Plessy versus Ferguson, the case that legitimized
Jim Crow and a Jim Crow way of life.
Those signs of blacks and whites to let us know our place still show its face in today's book, so the world can take a look. Just follow that hashtag, nigga, instead of reading free in the mind and belief.
Now, in 1782, the bald eagle was made a representative for this great country of America. This momentous occasion was celebrated when Benjamin Franklin stated, "For my own part, I wish the bald eagle wasn't the representative of our country. It is a bird of bad moral character. It does not get his living honestly. Besides, he is a rank coward." But when this got out, it was covered up by him recanting and saying, "Oh, I meant I just hate his behavior." Two birds of a different feather flocking together, both standing on consistent views with a wingspan covering things they do not want you to see. Let us tell you how it stays the new Jim Crow and the eagle of today.
A black man on his knees, not in prayer, yet in the gutter. Handcuffed officers around ignoring his existence.
Cracking down on immigration laws since it's illegal for non-Americans to live into this country. That is until you're put under a microscope. And for those who think that the blood type of this country is pure American, that's O negative.
But let us tell you the fact that our mitochondrial DNA is rooted in Africa. And that's some facts you should learn, or would you rather yearn for the false resolutions given by those who continue to not fight for our rights? or solutions.
Rights. Oh, like the right to remain silent without truly using your freedom of speech. And if you do speak, you better not be one of your conspiracy theories. Because I can think of 911 ways for our freedoms to explode upon supposed Kanye.
on
If you
now.
realize that you're not dealing with the average fowl. You're dealing with birds that are ready to feast, scavenging around the remains of things that are supposed to be.
But yet they were telling us that we were free. Until the crows swooped in and capsized the dreams that we
Say
still
word.
see. Trying to think that they turned their right to bear arms into justice
Say
against
word.
our meek. Thinking we would continue to sit back and be segregated. Now this shit has us elated.
Y'all need to be happy that we're talking about this and not nature.
Because plants don't like shit.
And bushes don't like black people. This right here, this shit right here is for the birds.
Bars. Bars. Get this work. Y'all bars. Get this work. No, come get this work. I'm sorry, Queen. I'm sorry. I'm acting up.